Guitar players for the last few decades have used Leslie cabinets, even though they were designed for use with keyboards. We've had people like George Harrison, Pink Floyd. They use these things, they're fantastic, but the downside is that they're usually bigger than the house the guitar player lives in. Well, Scott here on the Hammond booth has got something specially for guitarists, which is more portable and more friendly on the pocket, I believe.
This is true. We've got a, this is the new Leslie G37, built especially for guitar. It's got the Leslie horn at the top, which is our patented horn, the same as it ever was. It's the same horn that's been used for the past 40-some years in Leslie's. Now on the bottom is a 12-inch full-range speaker, guitar speaker. It's a custom-built speaker for us, built on the Celestion G4 type speaker, firing down into 12-inch drum. 100-watt guitar amp, 2 channels, tube front end, solid-state back end. And so it's made especially for, it's a guitar amp. Now for the first time in Leslie history, when the rotors are stopped, all the sound comes out of the front of the amp, which is on the other side. This is the back of the amp. So that means that you can use it as a straight guitar amp. Now I'm using a little line 6 here, so I can have a bunch of different guitar types. But that was a Tele model. Here's like a big box, nice and clean. Here's a model of a Martin for acoustic guitar. Acoustic guitar players love this amp. It's got a throaty sound. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick in the Leslie effect, and you'll start to hear the beautiful swirl and the richness. Here it comes. Now, also for the first time in Leslie history, we've got a gas pedal down there. It looks like a volume pedal, but it's not a volume pedal. What it does is gives infinite speed to the infinite speed control to the Leslie. While the pedal's all the way back, it's on slow. The further you depress the pedal, the faster the Leslie goes, and you can stop it at any point between slow and fast and get a custom speed. So here we are on slow. I'm going to advance the pedal about halfway. Now there's a Leslie speed that's not common. A little bit faster than slow, but slower than fast. Make sense? And all the way down is the classic Leslie. I'm going to go back to a Strat and switch channels, go to the crunch channel. You know, this. The Stevie Ray lick that I can't play. And when you got it on slow Leslie, it's a real nice crunch. Now you can also use that pedal as an expression. You know, as you're playing, you press it forward. And so just like the organist, we've been throughout the years, we're playing and we get a particularly high emotional part. We spin that Leslie fast and bring it down. Well, now the guitars can do the same thing. But the guitars can do something we've never been able to do with the keyboard Leslie, and that's advance it on our own level, on our own speed. It's very cool. There's 2 models of this. One is the G37 with the amp built in, and then the other model is the G27, which has all the features I told you about, save for no amp. Use your own amp. So if you use, you know, a Fender, or Marshall, Mesa Boogie, or whatever, you can use your own amp and plug it in up to 100 watts at 8 ohms, and it's a speaker cabinet. Weighs 100 pounds, and the G37 has a map of 1495, and the G27 has a map of 1325, and it's for shipping now. Have been shipping.
So I guess this is going to be popular in studios as well as in live performance.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, it's 1/3 the size, weight, and price of a traditional keyboard Leslie. And I have to say that the only thing that doesn't sound good through this is a keyboard, because of the way that the the crossovers in a keyboard, Leslie, the bias is towards the horn and not towards the bottom. In this instrument, the bias is towards the 12-inch full-range speaker, and the horn is just for emphasis on the top. And the way that the speakers are, it doesn't have the full range you need for a keyboard. But electric violin, horns, vocals. We had a fellow here yesterday who was playing a mountain dulcimer through it. Violin, harmonica is great with it. And like I say, in a studio, you can put anything through it. A 1/4 inch in with just regular foot switch, so you don't need that big, bulky preamp box with the big cord that always fails.
Yeah.
So
the only downside is that you can't live in this model.
No, you can't live in this one. But you can. But it makes a wonderful end table. While you're practicing your guitar.
Thanks, Scott. That's great.
Thank you so much.
We look forward to trying it. Thank you.
Appreciate it.